Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for WLBT Plus. My name is Kara Shirley, your digital news desk host, and it is Friday, finally Friday, the 1st of August, and we're one day closer to fall, although it probably doesn't really feel like it outside. Thankfully, though, temperatures are a little bit lower, humidity is a little bit lower, so that does make it a little better. If you're watching on our website or through our mobile app, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you are watching on any of our social streams, Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, we appreciate you tuning in there as well. And don't forget to always leave a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. If you have any questions or suggestions or thoughts or anything on any of the stories that we bring to you today, you're more than welcome. And actually, you are very much invited to put those in the comment section and what I call our interactive newscast here at WLBT. Melissa's already tuning in here, says hello to me and everyone else. And Josh is ready for swamp season to be over with. Josh, I can't put that comment on the screen, but I agree with you. And Britt is saying happy Friday to everyone. That she is enjoying the day off. Well, why don't you rub it in, Britt, that you get a day off? We don't. No, I'm joking with you. I hope you are all having a great day. Let's take a look outside real quick before we get into the news. We're going to be looking over Ridgeland, courtesy of our Renaissance Skycam. And you can see it looks kind of cloudy out there if you look off into the distance, but I believe it's just hazy skies. It is warm out. We are going to look at the forecast, an abbreviated version of the forecast in just a little bit, and give you a full update on what you can expect or what you're looking at right now, rather, forecast-wise. Goodness, apparently I'm getting very excited that it's Friday and I'm not being able to talk properly. But I will give you an abbreviated version of the forecast, and our First Alert weather team will be here at 2:30 to give you an in-depth look at the forecast. Jean is saying hello to everyone, and Jimmy is saying hello as well. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Well, it has been a very violent couple of days over the metro area. And we're going to be taking a look now at some of the incidents that have happened across the metro. One thing that happened last night around 10:30 was a man was shot while we were told he was trying to repo a car in South Jackson. So again, this happened around 10:30 last night near TV Road and Gertrude Drive. The man was shot several times when attempting to locate the vehicle. He was taken to the hospital with several gunshot wounds. His condition is unknown at this time, but once we get an update on that, we will pass it along to you. And police are also confirming that there was a homicide this happened at a gas station here in Jackson. So it was at the Shell station on Robinson Road and near Lynch Street. Interim Hinds County Coroner Jeremiah Howard confirms that a man died from a gunshot wound and was being taken to the state medical examiner's office for an autopsy. His name has not yet been released, and there's no word on any suspects in that shooting at this time. And sheriff deputies up in Madison County are investigating the death of a man whose body was found in a yard there. So here's the map on your screen. You can see where this happened. So they got a call around 7:30 Tuesday night. They found the body of John Montgomery on Hudson Road off of Highway 16 North there in Canton. They say that he had been shot at least once, but they are still investigating the circumstances of his death. No one has been arrested in this crime. And of course, if you have any information on this, you are asked to please contact Madison County Sheriff's Department or contact Crime Stoppers. And in Adams County, sheriff deputies have arrested a man there who is accused of shooting his girlfriend. This is the man here on your screen. Taylor Fleming is charged with aggravated assault, domestic violence, and tampering with evidence. So investigators say that the shooting happened yesterday morning at a home on Highway 61 in the Natchez area. Early reports suggest that the shooting was accidental, but Fleming later confessed to the shooting, saying that the two had got into an argument. We don't have any other details on that shooting at this time. But as always, we will pass it along to you once we receive those updates. And coming back here to Jackson, where the shooting happened at Westwood Apartments yesterday, Ron Allen is accused of killing his estranged wife and then barricading himself in the apartment complex leasing office. This is Ron here on your screen. He now faces a murder charge. So the 52-year-old was denied bond this morning in his initial court appearance. So this is the location of Westwood Apartments right off of Robinson Road near I-220. The 52-year-old Ron Christopher Allen is now charged with murder in the death of 24-year-old Malia Bess. So Allen was captured after a nearly 2-hour standoff with law enforcement yesterday at the Westwood Apartments on Robinson Road. So he is accused of shooting Bess 7 times inside the leasing office where she worked as a property manager. We're told the shooting happened after he learned that she was having an affair. Police say that she was working at the office when he arrived around 11:30 yesterday morning and opened fire. He then barricaded himself inside the office. A hostage negotiation team eventually convinced him to surrender. Investigators say that thankfully no one else at the complex was hurt during this shooting.
Well, he had blood on his clothing. We assumed that came from the victim because she was definitely, there was a lot of bloodshed. Very hard to look at. I actually went in myself and looked at it. And again, my heart goes out. I mean, I've been doing this a long time, but it never gets easy.
So again, Allen did make his initial court appearance this morning and he was denied bond. And we will continue to follow this situation and keep you updated on what happens there. And in Claiborne County, 7 people were arrested in connection with the shooting. Sheriff deputies were called to a home on Tuesday. And while on the way to that home for actually a shooting there, deputies were called to another shooting at a convenience store. Deputies already in the area saw people in a car shooting a gun. Then they chase ensued with those people. The deputies were able to safely stop the vehicle and 3 people were arrested. 4 more people seen leaving the scene of an accident near both shooting locations were also arrested. These are the people here on your screen who were taken into custody. Authorities said they did find several guns in both of the vehicles in this incident. And so that is the latest on several of the violent things that have happened around the metro area over the past couple of days. And we will continue to update you on all of those, both on air and here online. So coming back here to Jackson for something that is not violent news, thankfully, but something that a lot of people in the metro voiced their concerns about. It was a public forum about the Pearl River Drainage Project. So this comes after the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers published a revised plan to tackle flooding from the Pearl River. The first meeting happened in Jackson yesterday at St. Phillips Episcopal Church. Leaders from the Army Corps in Vicksburg gave a 40-minute presentation on how their plan could prevent flooding events like the one that happened back in 1979. So the revised report spells out additional costs for two alternatives known as D1 and E1. The Pearl River Revitalization Coalition argues that D1 is the better alternative because it would reduce flooding by 70%.
My concerns right now are property lines, not knowing exactly how excavation and the fill is going to affect those properties that are outlying around the Pearl River.
I really want the people to take away that this is democracy in action. This is the communities bringing forward their problems and their issues to agencies that have the authorities to help.
Another meeting was held at Mississippi Public Broadcasting, and the Corps will accept public comments and feedback up until August the 18th on this. And of course, we will keep you updated. So work is continuing this morning on some bridge replacement projects in Yazoo County. So crews are replacing bridges on Highway 16 over 149 over the Yazoo River floodway. They're also working on some erosion control measures there. NDOT says they hope to have these projects finished by next spring, but much of the work is, of course, dependent upon the weather. Multiple state organizations are joining forces to build what they say will be affordable housing in Northwest Jackson. So it is called Woodcrest, and it is under construction near the intersection of Northside Drive and Medgar Evers Boulevard. The Mississippi Home Corporation, Roanoke Development, and the Jackson Housing Authority are building a 64-unit complex, which will have 2- and 3-bedroom apartments. The public-private partnership has been working on the project since 2023.
It's going to bring families to that area. It's got services nearby like grocery stores, schools, churches, and it was already zoned multifamily. So it was all kind of sitting there and it was ripe for development.
The first units should be ready for residents in October. Before we move on, let's take a look here at a social stream. We got Miss Glenda here, says she is watching. We have Mary Sims saying hello to everyone and hopes everyone has a blessed, safe weekend. I can agree with that statement, ma'am. And Rosa Graham is saying hello to everyone. Have a blessed Friday and weekend. Yeah, I hope that to be the same. And then Jux TV 601 says everybody be safe and have a great day. So appreciate all of you for tuning in. And Josh here says that just say it's hot. That's your weather report. Josh, that is a very accurate weather report. Thank all of you guys for commenting. If you have any other questions or anything like that, feel free to leave them in the comments section. So a local university is about to receive new additions with the goal of providing students and faculty a better life on and off of campus. So the board of the state institutions of higher learning took up 3 topics on their July agenda. The board approved a contract for Jackson State University's Sonic Boom of the South to fly in a charter jet to Las Vegas, where they will perform in the HBCU Classic, in which JSU is playing Grambling. The board also approved a lease agreement between JSU and a local hotel that would provide more than 100 additional rooms to house students this year.
Number 2 is a request from Jackson State University to enter into a lease agreement with High Street Hotel Group, LLC, doing business as Holiday Inn Express Inn and Suites, to lease 106 rooms from August 9th, 2025 through May 3rd, 2026.
The board also approved a $500,000 renovation project for Southern Miss's basketball arena. So some good news for universities and institutions of higher learning here in the state of Mississippi. And some good news from Atmos Gas, or Atmos Energy rather. If you are behind on your natural gas bill, you can get help from Atmos Energy. So people seeking assistance with their bill or facing risk of disconnection gathered at the Salvation Army for an energy assistance blitz. They met up one-on-one with trained personnel to come up with a plan to get caught up before temperatures drop during the winter months. I'm sure a lot of people are crossing their fingers and hoping for those dropping temperatures, but this is a way that some people can get caught up on their gas bills.
Everybody encounters financial situations, and we recognize that, and we try to do this so to get everybody. We want people to have gas service, and most people, when they get caught up, they're very good paying customers, and so when if we can get them caught up now, they'll keep paying their bills and be good customers through the winter for Atmos Energy.
Atmos allocated $150,000 towards assisting people who needed that help with paying their natural gas bill. Before we take a look at the forecast, we look at an expansion that is happening with the Mississippi Children's Museum and an announcement for a new commissioner for the Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks. Let's hear from our sponsors at Jackson Water.
At Jackson Water, we are in the game and locked in on our goals. Every day, our dedicated teams are hard at work, ensuring that clean, reliable water flows to every home and business in Jackson. We are not just fixing pipes. We're investing in a brighter, more resilient future for our city. Jackson Water, water for all the time.
And again, thank you so much to Jackson Water for sponsoring WLBT Plus, making it possible for us to bring you this show weekdays at 1 o'clock. Well, let's look at our current temperatures outside right now. As many of you have said in the comment section, it is hot out. And yes, it is. So we're looking at 92 here in Jackson, and the 90 to upper 80s really around most of our viewing area. However, it feels like 104. So it still feels very hot outside, but at least the temperature is down. I mean, if we're going to look at for a silver lining, let's at least look there. No, it's very hot outside, and you want to make sure that you are taking care to stay hydrated if you're working outside or getting in the shade or air conditioning to take breaks if and when possible. And also, we are under a heat advisory for a majority of our viewing area because of these the high heat indices. So just be careful if you have to go out. Here's our current radar. You can see we do have some rain down in Amite County, but nothing else really across the area. And if we look at the next 12 hours, so we do have a heightened chance of rain through the 5 o'clock hour. That does drop off during the overnight hours as we go down into the mid 70s. And our next 7 days is kind of a cooling trend, and it's really kind of a copy and paste type of forecast moving forward into the weekend and next week. Sitting in the upper 80s to low 90s, 20% chance of rain across the board. And I believe the humidity is going to be a little bit lower. So maybe the feels like temperature will be a little bit lower. And for that information, you want to be here at 2:30 for our First Alert Weather Team. They will give you the full details on the forecast then. And of course, as I say, do it so much more eloquently than I can. We're coming back to the news and some exciting news for Mississippi Children's Museum here in Jackson. They have some plans for a multi-million-dollar expansion. So the $20 million project will include a new STEM gallery that'll be designed for kids who are aging out of some of the museum's other attractions. The museum also plans to add a professional development center to provide teachers with new resources as they take their students through various exhibits. And the museum's director of education and experiences says the new STEM gallery will be unlike any other here in the state of Mississippi.
Lift City will be the STEM gallery. We're looking to really create an experience unlike any other in our state, where children can come first, take pride in their city, wherever that may be, and learn about how the city functions and what all it takes to have an efficient city.
The Children's Museum also plans to update its dining options, so you'll have more choices for a bite to eat when you go and visit there. And there is also, I'm sorry, I think I saw my grandson in the video there with the kids at the Children's Museum, which would have been really cool. But I'm gonna have to go back and watch that and make sure, see if I did see him. Well, here in Mississippi, there is a new commissioner at the Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks. Congratulations to Drew St. John. He has officially been sworn in as the commissioner for District 2. He is the founder and CEO of Deep South Precast, and he also founded New South Access and Environmental Solutions, where he continues to serve as a consultant. He's a graduate of Mississippi State and established the St. John Family Endowed Professorship in Wildlife Management, and he serves on the MSU Wildlife, Fisheries, and Aquaculture Advisory Board. That is something you definitely cannot say 10 times fast. Commissioners are appointed by the governor and confirmed by the Senate to serve 5-year terms. And here at WLBT, it is just 2 weeks left before the big drawing happens for the St. Jude Dream Home giveaway. And now there is an extra prize that you can win. So more than 10,000 tickets have already been sold to win this dream home, and only a limited number are still available. So you want to make sure you jump on the opportunity and get yours today. The 2,700 square foot dream home in Flowood has 5 bedrooms, and it is valued at $525,000. So if you buy your $100 ticket by August the 12th, you will also be entered to win a $2,500 gas and grocery gift card. And you can see the dream home for yourself this weekend. There's going to be an open house on Saturday and Sunday from noon until 5, and it will be open next weekend as well. So every $100 ticket, of course, goes to St. Jude to help fight childhood cancer and other diseases, and it gives you the chance to win the dream home. So you can get yours by calling this number that is here on your screen or visiting our website, WLBT.com. And here is where the home is located, in the Bristol Crossing subdivision in Flowood. There is more information about the location and prizes and a lot more on our website. And of course, the winners will be announced live here on WLBT on August the 14th. Well, guys, that is it for WLBT Plus today. Thank you so much for tuning in with me and hanging out with me for a little while. I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend. Our First Alert Weather team will be here at 2:30, and I will see you on Monday morning. Again, have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.